I saw Armageddon, but there was nothing about breast cancer in Armageddon.
Hey, I'm Eddie Dolphin, and welcome to another episode of Fact or Fiction.
Ready, fight!
And I am Antoine Jones, the one and only voice of Dherbs.com, and we're ready to go. Hey, D, how you doing? How you feeling today?
Are you ready to lose?
I think our history of this show kind of shows that I don't
good
lose.
You're only as good as your last game. If I remember correctly, I think you lost your last game.
Oh, you should remember correctly. Last month was Memory Month. Well, this month, it's a different theme, so let's see.
Do you know what we're talking about in October?
In October. Why don't you remind me?
We are talking about cancer. But for this episode, we're talking about breast cancer. Well, let's get into it. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Fact or fiction? The 5-year survival rate is only 80% when it comes to breast cancer.
Okay. This isn't a movie. I'm not going to go based off movies here. But I feel like breast cancer is a cancer that we have as a society, at least in the West, have thrown a lot of money and research into. I know this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm going to say that that's fiction. I think it's actually a higher percentage of survival rate.
So are you guessing?
Guessing based off of common logic thread. I'm pulling the thread of just common logic, my common logic.
Well, you pulled correctly.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, are right. And actually, the 5-year survival rate is actually over 90%. And it's 99% if they catch the tumor while it's still in the breast.
Wow, that's fantastic, actually.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. No, for real,
Man,
that's great.
Let's give a clap to all the doctors and
shout out to the doctors
that we did that for. No, that's nice.
And shouts out to me for being right.
Don't get used to that.
AD, all right, are you ready to even the score? Let's put it that way.
I'm ready.
Fact or fiction, AD? Estrogen can be a carcinogen for breast cancer.
That's a really good one. You know, for whatever reason, I think that's absolutely true. I really do, because I've heard of estrogen causing too much of estrogen, affecting people in negative ways. Right. And I'm just going to say it's never going to be positive when you have too much of anything. So I'm going to go on and say, that's a fact.
Ooh, okay. With gusto, he's sure.
Yeah. We're going to go on and stick our chest out with that one.
But I think AD has tapped back into that, what he calls it, the winning gene, the Jordan gene he's got going on, the dolphin gene, because that is correct. It actually is a fact, AD. I'd love to hear that. You were correct.
That is my favorite part of the show.
Awesome.
Basically, estrogen is basically a hormone that tells cell tissue, it's time to grow. It's time to grow. It's time to expand. And so too much growth, because really cancer is just like an anomalous cell growth. Too much growth likely increases your chances of cancer, man. The breasts are constantly exposed to estrogen until menopause. So you got to think, that's from what? I'd say 11 for most.
Probably
still about
50, 50, 45, somewhere around there.
So that also is just a huge risk. I mean, you've got all that time. Also, not only is that going to cause breast cancer, but that also can cause cancer in the rest of your reproductive system. So ovarian cancer. These are other things you have to deal with. So really, it's just ultra risky being a woman.
God, it is. I know.
Shout out to the ladies, man. I
fighting that good fight.
Fighting a good fight.
Wow.
Stronger than I could. I couldn't
That's
handle
tough.
it.
But let me go on and ask you the next question.
Let's do it.
Fact or fiction? There's a gene that increases the risk of breast cancer by 80%.
Man, I don't have any basis. Like, I don't even have a movie.
No,
I don't have a movie.
You don't have a
movie.
You don't have anything?
I saw Armageddon, but there was nothing about breast cancer in Armageddon. I want to say that that's fiction.
Okay.
And you know what, though? I'm going to switch it to fact because I've learned something about you.
What's that?
You're way too calm. You were too accepting of that fiction.
Oh, I'm always accepting.
We had a conversation off camera about
I'm happy
poker.
about it.
And I told him I'm not a very good poker player, but I'm trying. And I think I just saw a tell.
Unfortunately, I must have a tail because he is absolutely correct.
Decent.
There is a gene. The name of that gene is called BRCA, or sometimes they call it BRCA. Everyone has 2 copies of it. And actually, when it's working normally, it helps to prevent cancerous changes in cells. But if you have a mutated copy, it can't do the cancer prevention. It actually skyrockets your risk.
Oh my gosh.
And if you are aware that you only have one, or you've only gotten one from your parents, or the one that you did receive is mutated in any way, then you should basically start having mammograms early on. So you want to catch it as soon as possible.
Right. So definitely it's something that, while it would be tough, you can live with it, but you got to stay on top of it. You have to make sure you catch it.
There you go.
Okay.
So there must be a test of some sort, so therefore you'll know.
Good. Another shout out to the doctors and healthcare professionals out there. They're doing it.
Let's do it.
Fact or fiction? 1 in 8 American women will get breast cancer in their lifetime.
1 in 8?
1 in 8.
What's 1 in 8?
What's
That's a high percentage.
330 million divided by 8. Quickly, you viewers at home, do the math. Get a call in. You can fax it in. Get back to us.
For some reason, I really feel like that's true.
Do you have any reasoning behind it, or we're just going off of the?
Oh, he tried to
tapping into
talk me
a
out
higher
of it, you guys. Did you guys see that? It's definitely true. It is definitely a fact, because my TV mate here has a tail, and I just picked up on it. It's a fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, apparently I do have a tail. I guess I have a tail because it is a fact, AD.
Yes.
All right.
I knew you'd get that, though, because you're a smart guy. He's a very smart guy. And I'm sure you all are very smart at home, so you would know, actually, breast cancer is the most common type of cancer in America. But it's not the most deadly.
Yeah, see, I did know that.
Yeah.
I did know that. That's probably one of the ones that people tend to survive from. So you know what that means, though, right?
Oh, is it sudden death? Overtime. Oh, this is where I fly.
Let's go. I question that part. There are a set of rules that we tend to follow when it goes into overtime. We will read off the question. We will go 1, 2, 3. We will announce our answer, and you guys will get the opportunity to hear me win.
Man, just jumping that gun again, huh?
Breast injuries can cause breast cancer. Fiction. Yes. Yes.
Winner.
Well,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, you have your winner. It's AD. He wins
Absolutely.
again. I'm
Listen,
coming back.
thanks for watching Fact or Fiction. If you have any questions or answer, please leave it in the comments section. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.